was that? Hey everyone, it's me, Sharky. Just climbing this nice little hill after a little bit of refreshing snow. Nothing too wild. A little slippery though. It was a lot of fun. So, what should we talk about today? I don't know. We can talk about what's going on in Ukraine. I've recently had the nice opportunity to get to know Ukraine. A couple years ago, they weren't even on my mental map. I just hit a rock, my pedal. Now I've had a pretty good chance to get to know a little bit about the country, people. Granted, I'm only seeing a few points there. Working with a bunch of software engineers, good people, hardworking. I got to go out there, maybe 6 months ago or so. Get to know a few of them. Spent a week in Lviv and a week in Kyiv. By the way, something you should know is you listen to all the news about Ukraine and the conflict with Russia that's going on right now. You hear a lot of idiot reporters referring to Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, as Kiev. Don't do that. That's the Russian pronunciation. You might as well just stipulate that Kyiv belongs to Russia if you're going to call it Kiev. So, yeah, avoid that little blunder. I know you probably didn't know. Most people don't know. But you know, reporters should know better. That always surprises me when they mess that up. So anyway, spent a week in Lviv. Beautiful city. It's on the western side of Ukraine. Might be the last place to be involved in a conflict with Russia. And Kyiv, of course, the capital. If Russia's going to do anything, they're going to go after Kyiv. The question is what's really going on? Depending on who you ask, you get a different story. If you ask all the entertainment media, you know, CNN, Fox News, all those guys, remember, they're just in it to make a buck. I mean, there's probably some journalistic integrity there too. I think, you know, the reporters might have a little bit of altruism in them, wanting to tell the story, but if there's no story to tell, your job's not worth much. So you got to find a story to tell. That leads to motivated reasoning, which in turn can lead to sensationalization. So you ask all those guys, they'll tell you that the invasion is definitely going to happen. And who knows, maybe it will. I don't know. But interestingly, when I talk to my friends in Ukraine, unanimously, oh, I'm losing the trail here. Yeah. don't opine and mountain bike at the same time, I guess, is the lesson there. But if you ask Ukrainians, they'll tell you that the United States is making too big a deal out of all this. They say, huh, this is just Russia. This is the way they act. They do this all the time. Seems like twice a year we have some sort of crisis with them. But you know, they may be underplaying it. So we got two sides of the coin. One saying it's no big deal, and the other side saying it's definitely going to happen. And you know, there's this psychological bias called the normalcy bias, where people just don't want to believe that anything bad is happening. You know, when you watch a typical Hollywood movie, as soon as a disaster happens, everyone's freaking out and screaming and running. But I think in real life what happens is when disaster strikes, everybody sits motionless for a bit, stunned in disbelief that anything at all is happening. I don't know what the evolutionary advantage of a normalcy bias mindset is. I mean, you gotta assume there is one. But I could see a country of people who are kind of tired of all the crap that's gone on over the last couple of decades, just preferring to believe that nothing's going on. Then again, you know, who could know better than them? They probably, I don't know, maybe we should regard them as the most reliable source of information. But yeah, they say this is normal, this happens all the time. Russia's just a bully that likes to lash out twice a year. But you know, when I point out to my Ukrainian friends, what about Crimea? You know, 2014, they just took a big chunk of your country from you. That was a nice chunk too. I mean, if I was gonna go on tourism to Ukraine, I'd want to go to Crimea. That sounds interesting. A little bit more tropical than Kyiv, anyway. But they say, oh, that was a different time. We had no military. We weren't ready. We were a little naive. Now we're all grown up. Our boys know how to fight. We built up our military. We're ready to take on Russia. And, you know, even if they pummel us with all they've got, even if they come into Ukraine, they'll never be able to hold it. Like, there's too much grassroots, underground resistance. It'd be disaster for them, kind of like Iraq was for the United States. And I think they're right about that. I've observed the passion and patriotism of most of the people there. But something that is easy to overlook, not everybody's patriotic. You know, I mean, get a little bit more homogenous with the patriotism the farther west you survey. But if you go east, like out to Kharkiv, you'll find more and more people who don't necessarily think that Russia's the bad guy. I mean, it's kind of hard to deny that they're the aggressors in this situation, but there are a number of people who believe that Ukraine really should be part of Russia. And there's, regardless of that, there are also quite a few people who speak Russian as their first language, and it's hard to disavow a country whose national language is the language that you spoke with your parents while growing up in your home. Kind of makes the borders seem a bit arbitrary, and you know, I can imagine those people thinking that the border should be redrawn according to where the cultural lines are. But a lot of people in Ukraine have, you know, grandparents in Russia, and you know, a lot of people in Russia have relatives in Ukraine. So it is a little bit of a, from a cultural stance, it is the region's boundaries are maybe a little bit ambiguous. But you know, if you just look at the facts of the situation, there were some national reorganization, some treaties, some declarations that were accepted by everyone decades ago. Now, pretty much, I don't remember all of what I read on this well enough to talk about it now, but from what I read, I mean, just go look at Wikipedia if you trust that source. Kind of seems like, oh, maybe I should have made that turn back there. Let's see if I regret that. It kind of seems like there's little ambiguity as to the sovereignty of Ukraine. Yeah, I should have turned back there. All right, I'm gonna turn around up here. You know, the ambiguity and lack of contrast here on the trails is probably a lot like what the whole Russian-Ukrainian conflict feels like to people, like where Ukraine belongs. Okay, that was a stupid metaphor. But anyway, all right, where's the trail? I think it's up here. Let me find the trail and then I'll continue my line of thought. I'm sure you are riveted with everything I have to say here. I guess these are more like notes to myself rather than me attempting to change anyone's mind. This is how I process stuff. Anyway, so is this a trail? Yeah, I think it is. Looks like it could be. Yeah, I'll take it. So, yeah, as I was saying, you know, quick recap. Ukraine thinks it's no big deal. The United States thinks they have unequivocal intelligence that it is a big deal. I mean, they're ordering people out of the countries. Not ordering, but, you know, how strongly recommending people leave. And, you know, well, Ukraine says this is just Russia being Russia. You know, it seems like the memory here is a little short about what they did in Crimea. But this is not really about whether or not Russia can invade. They could, or whether or not they would do some serious damage. They would. But whether or not it's a rational thing to do, it isn't, because the world repercussions, the economic sanctions, the retaliation that they're likely to experience, and the fact that they won't be able to hold Ukraine anyway. This isn't about whether it's rational to do it. We've all seen world leaders in the past do irrational things. When their pride gets stoked, when they think they're invincible, or they think they have a moral imperative, or God is on their side, or something like that. And gosh, you know, I'm just not sure Putin is rational, you know. And if he's not, if this is like, you know, take it or die trying, or, you know, if this is like, you know, if he feels like he has a moral imperative to do this thing, then he's going to regard himself as a hero who's doing the right thing for his country and maybe even for the world, and he'll just do it. or, you know, die trying, or at least, you know, kill a lot of people trying. I guess probably he's not going to die. And then, of course, after it fails, you know, there'll be some motivated reasoning to provide a very believable by Russians explanation as to why it failed or why it was important to do it anyway. And then there'll be martyrs, and then the hatred will foment, and then everybody will be ready to do it again. I mean, I don't remember who the Emperor of Japan was when they decided to bomb Pearl Harbor and bring the United States into World War II, but my impression is that Japan felt pretty invincible at the time, like God was with them, and that or, you know, whoever they believed, whatever deity they believed in, but they believed it was, you know, not only possible to take on the United States, well, it's getting hard, but also that it was the right thing to do. And, you know, then there's Adolf Hitler, who also thought he was going to cleanse the world. He was absolutely sure of his ability to do that. Again, another major irrational move by a highly, what's the word I'm looking for? Somebody who just doesn't have a grip on reality, you know? And, you know, those kinds of people often hold enormous public sway. Okay, that was fun. Fun little dip there. And then they create groundswell movements of irrational followers. I mean, I'm not gonna name names because I don't want to alienate half my viewers, but think about recent domestic leaders who have been able to recruit highly irrational groups of people to believe ridiculous things. So, you know what I'm talking about, if you've noticed it. And, you know, Russia's already, you know, doing all their propaganda, and they're airing fake video footage of attacks. Oh man, I'm spinning. Okay, I have to walk out of this one. So, yeah, the hatred is just going to continue. It's going to be highly amplified through these events if anything serious happens. And then a culture of hate will be renewed. Okay. Well, I don't know, I guess I don't have anything more to say about that. Good thing too, because I can't control this bike anymore. So let's just enjoy the ride for a little bit. No law says I have to talk the entire time, right? As I continue to do that. Okay. Ooh, it's getting dark over there. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. Give me some traction. Switch to low power here. I already got more power than I needed. Almost. believe this trail has defeated me. All right, got some traction. Here we go. Let's see what I can do. All right, still going strong. Yeah. I almost lost it there. Oh shoot. Oh, scrap. Okay. Gotta walk this. I'm not sure I can take these skinny tires up this grade. Let's see what happens. It's so close. I knew it was going to make that turn. Okay. I don't know if I can make this turn. We're gonna find out. Something my back wheel is rubbing my bike frame. I'm hoping it's just accumulated ice. Fair plant. It wasn't personal. I'm almost at Thunderdome. That was my goal. So close I can smell it. And I'm about to fall off my bike. One more pair of switchbacks and I'll be home free, I think. Beautiful though, isn't it? Really? Try it again. Looks like someone from work is trying to slack me. I don't think I'm going to answer that. I don't need any slack instructions right now. Besides, it's President's Day. Okay, just spinning. Maybe I'll do better starting from here. Oh no. I can't even make this turn out a good day. Okay. Okay. Here we go. That's where we're going. Thunderdome. Almost there. I think I was about ready to give up a little while ago. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can get through this. slightly off camber trail, so my tires keep wanting to slide off in the downhill direction, just like that. Don't like that. Now I'm falling down the hill. Let's try that again. Here we go. You got it this time, I think. Yeah. Here we go. We did it. Well, I did it. I made it. This is Thunderdome. Up there is Cedar Point, and more treacherous trails leading that way. Top of the mountain is now obscured, but we made it. I'm gonna take a little breather here, and then when I'm done, we can enjoy a rapid downhill descent. How does that sound? I'll see you in a little bit. Look at all this snow. Snowflakes are getting bigger and bigger. It's been quite the place to just hang out. It's beautiful up here. And now it's time to go down. So let's see how much fun we can have. Put you on my head. Strap you on. Let's go see what we can do. As you can see, the snow is virgin. We're going to take a route down that's a little bit faster, a little bit more direct than the route we took up. It's going to get a little windy as we do this. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Oh, I forgot to radio in. Let's do that first. Alfalfa, alfalfa, do you copy?
I copy.
Alright, I'm going to start my descent.
Roger.
If you don't hear from me in maybe 30 minutes, check in, okay?
Roger.
All right. Let's do this. We're gonna go this way though. I don't like that off-camera trail we came up. Doesn't seem like much of a descent, does it? Here we go. This is it right here. I don't mind admitting I'm a little nervous. A lot of snow. Brakes will only be marginally effective. Lost it there. Problem here, there's lots of rocks and they're all buried. Except for the giant ones. It goes right there. Oh, there we go. What was that? Okay. I'm okay. Not a big deal. That was like a brick wall. Wow, that hurt. Mountain 1, Sharky 0. Ow. These are killing me. That looks kind of interesting. We're in a little saddle here. Let's go check it out. cool. I'm gonna come back here and picnic. All right. Really, I just needed that break because my body's still aching from that last crash. I think my seat post lever moved during that crash. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it really does feel like it moved. All right, here we go. Next downhill run. Too fast, too fast. Huh. Let's go down this way. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Not so bad. Okay, this is bad. Rocks everywhere. Boulders. Okay. Take a little break here.